This video will explain how to convert units of measure to do with mass. First of all, it's really important that you use the word mass for when we're converting measures rather than weight. And the reason being is that scientifically speaking, mass is to do with the amount of matter that an object contains. So your mass will be the same whether you're on Earth or in space or on the moon. However, weight refers to the force that gravity applies to an object, and it's measured in newtons. It's not measured in grams or kilograms or anything. So that's why it's really important for this learning objective that we use the word mass and we don't use the word weight. Here are some examples of everyday mass. Paper clips and pen caps weigh 1 gram. A 1 or 2 week old kitten would weigh around 100 grams. A pack of butter that looks like this would weigh 500 grams. A bag of sugar weighs 1 kilogram. A newborn baby would weigh around 3.5 kilograms. The average mass of a 10-year-old is 32 kilograms. A woman would be about 70 kilograms, and the average mass of a man is around 83 kilograms. And did you know that a cow weighs around 400 kilograms? Before I go on to explain how to convert units of measurement to do with mass, I'll show you how to multiply and divide by 1,000, because that's really important for this objective. If you look to the left, when you times by 1,000, the digits move 3 times to the left. But when you divide by 1,000, the digits move 3 times to the right. And that's why I'm going to draw a place value grid here. And I'll show you a few examples that explain it. So here I've got 3.2 times 1,000. I've written that in my place value grid. And then I'm going to move it 3 times to the left, if you can see there. Then I'll fill the 2 in. And then as you can see, I've got some empty spaces here now in the tens and the ones. So I need to put placeholders here to hold the value of that. So my answer, 3.2 times 1,000 is 3,200. Now here's another example. I've got 42,030 divided by 1,000. I've written that in my place value grid. And I've moved the 4 3 times to the right. Move the 2 3 times to the right. And I fill in all those other digits. But I need to make sure I put that decimal point in. That is really important. Then I put in the 0, and then I'm going to put in the 3. Now you see that 0 on the end? I don't actually need that anymore. So my answer is just 42.03. That's dividing it by 1,000. Now I'm going to move on to converting units of measurement to do with mass. Here I have grams. That is my first unit of measurement. And I have kilograms. Those are the two that I'm going to show you today. There's also tons, but that's not in the Year 5 curriculum. You'll be doing that in Year 6. When I convert grams to kilograms, I divide by 1,000. And there's 3 little jumps on the arrow there, because when I divide by 1,000, I move it 1, 2, 3. Now, when I times by 1,000, I'm going to move it to the left. So if you see on the diagram there, I've put 3 jumps on the arrow again because I'm moving it to the left. 1, 2, 3. Use this diagram to convert any units of measurement to do with mass, and it will really help. Now I'm going to demonstrate this using some examples. I've got 2,000 grams equals how many kilograms? So I'm going to use my place value grid and my diagram to work this out. First of all, I know that grams to kilograms, I need to divide by 1,000. So I'm going to write 2,000 in my place value grid. And I know I need to move the 2 3 places to the right. So put my 2 in the ones column because I've moved it 3 places to the right. And now those zeros have no value. So the answer is just 2 kilograms. Here's my next example. 32,064 is how many kilograms? Again, on my diagram, it says I need to divide by 1,000 because it's grams to kilograms. So I write that in my place value grid. I draw 3 arrows that is moving that 3 to the right. So I put that in my place value grid. Now I look at the next digit, which is a 2. So I put that there. And now I'm moving into tenths, so I need to put that decimal point in and fill in the rest of the digits. So the 064. And then that's my answer. Divide by 1,000 is 32.064. Here's an example now where I'm doing it the other way around. I want kilograms into how many grams. So I look at the diagram again. and it says this time I'm going to times by 1,000. So I put my 5.3 in the place value grid, and I know that I need to draw some arrows to remind me to move the 5 3 places to the left because I'm timesing by 1,000. So I put the 5 and the 3 there, and notice that I now have blank spaces in the 10s and the 1s, so I need to put zeros in there as placeholders. Therefore, 5.3 times 1,000 is 5,300. So 5.3 kilograms is 5,300 grams. Now for my last example, I have 0.021 kilograms is how many grams? I look at my diagram again, and it says kilograms to grams is times by 1,000, so I know I need to move the digits 3 times to the left. All the digits in the right place on the place value grid. And again, if I'm timesing by 1,000, I put some arrows showing 1, 2, 3 places to the left, and I fill all of the digits in. Notice how there are 2 zeros, one in the thousands and one in the hundreds. Those aren't needed anymore since they have no value if they're at the front of a whole number. So I take those off, and that means that 0.021 times 1,000 is 21. That also means that 0.021 kilograms is 21 grams. And that's how you convert metric units of mass. Keep referring to the diagram there that shows the arrows and the directions and whether you divide by 1,000 or times by 1,000. It will really help with any questions to do with converting grams and kilograms.